No problem.
Craig, just chatting to Aaron about that kind of feel-good factor that followed Friday's game. Just wondering from your perspective, and you said you were still processing it when you were speaking to us on Friday night. I was wondering what you made of that game, with a bit of time to reflect on how the last few days have been, trying to build on it out of this game.
Watched a lot of it back, of course. Watched the game back. Really happy with how we were without the ball, because it's the most important. I know people will talk about football, and a lot of you guys will see the passing or not passing, and you believe this is a style or that's a style. It's without the ball. That's when you know you got the opportunity to become a really good team. And I felt how we were able to connect defence with the forwards and making sure that unit was solid, but working together. And then when we were releasing in numbers. That was the best part. That really was. And now that's what we want to keep and we hold dearly to.
Is it a real excitement? It's strange to say after a 0-0 game, but we all saw the changes that you talk about there, the fans all have. How do you build on it? What are the things you'd like to see improved, and what do you change for Montenegro?
We'll adapt. Different opposition, different threats, different qualities, different weaknesses. So we'll definitely look to adapt. And that's really what I've really been focusing on. So watched quite a lot of Montenegro, obviously leading into this. Watched the game against Iceland as well. We're quite clear on what we want to do and how we want to go about this one. And then tomorrow evening, we'll move it. We'll look to maybe change one or two little things, but that's what we do. But like I just said then, if we can follow on then from Turkey about how we are without the ball, we cannot let that go. That's like, when I talk about non-negotiable, that's where it is. And then it will allow us to be able to hopefully have a big impact in the game.
Don't expect you to give us the team. As handy as that would be.
Do you want the team?
Love it, but
no. No, because I don't.
You mentioned after the Turkey game that he changes. I'm just wondering, things like the almost fitness and minutes of certain players. Will there be any changes that are kind of forced on you?
No, everyone's fit at the moment. There's definitely no forces. We're still in second day recovery, so it's really quick. We'll find out more tonight. Everyone's come through so far. We trained a bit today as well, so everyone was taking part of that. And now obviously we'll find out more this evening, and then decide tomorrow morning which players we feel are the best group of players to be able to play tomorrow evening and perform at the level we would like to perform to.
I know you said a couple of weeks ago that the change of venue wouldn't affect you, you just deal with it. Is that one of the messages that you guys across with the squad, the non-negotiables are kind of no excuses?
There isn't. And I where's it get you? Honestly, it's just, so what? It's normal. Nothing's supposed to go straight forward. Okay, maybe this hasn't, but I've got to be honest, I haven't really paid too much attention to it. It's like, well, this way we've got to go, then we go here, or there, then that's what it is. It's, can we go out there tomorrow evening and be the best we can be? That is it.
Hans,
yeah, just to follow up on that, Craig, in terms of, have you had people looking at the pitch, have you had people going back looking at the stadium?
Yeah.
Has that tempered your plans at all in terms of what you're going to do?
No, No, it hasn't. I've sort of had an idea anyway, over the last few weeks, how I would like to go about this one. Turkey, this plan, then we'll look for something a little bit different here, then Iceland a little bit different, but plans can change, players get injured. So you try and mark those out. There'll be we'll look where we get to tomorrow evening. But yeah, just watched a lot of them. Some people have been here to have a look at everything, so we're fully aware of where we're going tomorrow. Running track around the pitch, which is a little bit different. Hopefully we have ball boys on the side as well, because we could lose 20 to 30 seconds for every throw-in, which can happen, and listen, it does happen. We would like the game to really go quick. But we'll have to wait and see on that. They might like the game to go really quick, and we want to slow down. So so we're just adapting. But they're all different challenges, and with every challenge you learn more about yourselves and as individuals, but you learn more about yourselves as a group.
In terms of planning, when you brought Sorba Thomas into the squad, were you expecting him to be a starter, or was it something in training that you saw and thought he's kind of ready for this game? I like to. You have rough ideas of where you see players fitting in, and I definitely seen him fitting in. I definitely like his profile, which I said numerous times before. And training, he was very impressive. So it was quite easy. It was quite easy decision. But we have good players in those areas as well. And I have to be honest, before really agreeing to be the Wales manager, I seriously looked at these type of players and these type of profiles, and it really excited me because we have 2 or 3 who are not even in the squad at the moment due to injury, and when they come back in as well, it will help the way we play, but also the group as well. I imagine you've got some players absolutely chomping at the bit to start, and for the most Mark Harrison. Is the temptation to go with kind of the players that are already there, or do you want to actually use to look at players? Because you don't have friends, do you? These are the games you've got to look at the squad, I suppose.
Go with the best group of players I see tomorrow. That's going to win. Yeah, that's who I believe that's going to be able to play to the intensity we need to give us the best opportunity of winning. That's really what I try to look to.
Craig, sorry, yourself and then you.
This region, not just Montenegro, but whole Yugoslavia and wider countries of population the size of Wales have produced brilliant players, gone a long way in tournaments because Wales have produced players. Does it show you what can be possible even for countries with a small population if you get it right all the way up?
I always believe at club level, at every level, if you work to a structure, you're going to get the benefits of that. Obviously, you need patience during that period, but I always believe in structure and a clear idea, same messages that go all the way through. But do you want to talk a little bit in the O teams from here? I'd love to, yeah. Like the 88 team, Yugoslavian team, but yeah, the team that won the under-20s. Do you remember that team? Please tell me you remember them. It was 88. I think they won the World Cup. Under-20, it was like Boban, Davelsuka, Prozaniski, the manager here. It was like the most, Mihailovic. You can go on, or like if you went through that team, it was like the most incredible team. And they done something, I think it might be 1990 or something like that. I know the basketball teams were really big during that time, but obviously when they broke off, and then they all went incredibly and done brilliant at those nations during that time. But it's a passionate place for football. I've played with 1 or 2 players from Balkan area as well.
So I've always enjoyed them as people. I enjoy their mentality, and even being here, it's. I love traveling. I love meeting new people. So it's always an honour wherever you go.
Just finally from me, sure you'll be aware of this, Craig, but you've been Gary Speaks.
Yeah, thank you. Do you know, I'm so glad you said that. And I was worried you weren't.
You've made reference to his influence on you before, but can you just talk again a bit about what of him you value in these early days of management?
Loads. A lot of how I always look at, like, what did he do? Oh, how would he have done this? It's always, and I was like that as a player with him as well, because he had such a huge impact on me. His way of how he went into coaching, I believe probably this week I've looked back more. I tried to be me as well, but I hope the players feel like I felt when he was first in charge. That knew, like, we're going to do something here, because that's how I honestly felt. I hope they get that, and I hope I was able to relay similar messages that he was able to relay to us as a group, because how Welsh football has progressed over the last number of years, it's been through him. It's been his identity, and it will always be his identity. And every game, everything we look to do is to preserve who he is to us. And trust me, and from when Friday night, I was thinking of him. Not like I have family members as well, but it crosses me. It will always do it. I know it's his birthday today. So, yeah, that's enough for me.
Yeah. Mr. Bellamy, welcome to Montenegro.
Thank you.
Do you remember your last game?
Yes, I've just been reminded of it. Yeah, lost 1-0, was it 1-0? 1-0? Yeah. Who scored? Yes. Good player, huh? Yeah, very good player. Is he assistant coach? Very good, very good. I always felt there was more from him.
What do you think about having one Montenegro team? What is their biggest strength? Okay, I'm sure you know for your it is over Stefan Savic.
Yeah, of course. I've watched them closely. They have strengths, of course, like every international team does. They could be quite chaotic, which is difficult to play against at times. They will throw a lot of numbers at the front line. They will leave a lot of space at times, but then sometimes they defend very deep. They're an unpredictable team that have talent, so it's very dangerous. Now, when you're looking at it, sometimes these teams can really be a profile. It's not a Turkey one you sort of see, but with Montenegro, it can be a little bit moving. Does this make sense to you? Because this is what's going on in my head. And we have to be able to play our game. I believe if it goes into like duels or transition, because they have good players for transition, it will not be to our benefit. So it's a difficult game. Trust me, I know a lot of people are particularly happy with how Friday was with us. And I understand that, because it was a very, very good performance. Tomorrow evening against Montenegro is going to be a very difficult and different game.
Yes.
Thank you.
We remember the generation of 1988, and you said then Niksic and Robert Prosinecki are the...
Boban. Yeah, Suka, who else?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the
Savic, Montenegro, no? Yes.
He's the president of the Football
Yeah.
Association of Montenegro, and Robert Prosinecki is a selector.
Yeah.
from our team. So it's, how you remember them and what's the famous memories about that?
Okay, I'll give you two. Savicevic, goal 1994 for AC Milan against Barcelona when they won 4-0 in Athens, Champions League final. Is that good? It's quite impressive, huh? Then I would go. Do you know Prosinecki it wasn't just his. Look, he played for Real Madrid and Barcelona. It was his time at Portsmouth, believe it or not, when he played in England. Because of obviously the owner of Portsmouth at that time, but a difficult league. He was there for a short period, but he is loved in Portsmouth. And obviously, I believe, I don't know if he still does now, at that time he used to smoke quite a lot. I don't know if that's still the case, but we call Maverick, do you understand the word Maverick? A Maverick player, like a genius player, but didn't conform. I feel those type of profiles we always love and we always miss. But an incredible footballer. You can tell I really am a huge admirer of him.
And, you lost last 2 games here, and is there some kind of pressure for you? Maybe it was before 14, 15 years, but
Yeah.
now we can see the Stevan Jovetic and the Ramsey are still there.
Yes, Jovetic, brilliant player. Loved him as a kid as well. You know, he had a big injury. He done his cruciate. Difficult, but then it shows his strength of being able to come through that. Loved how he was able to glide with the ball. Like I was able to break lines. Loved his energy. So it shows how. To the both of them as well, and Ramsey, because Aaron he broke his leg at a young age. So the character of big injuries, really, I believe, to come through that shows a real true footballer, a real strong footballer. And they've both gone on to have huge success after those injuries, and they both deserve all the credit and will get a lot of credit from myself for that. And yeah, I'll say long may it continue, but let's enjoy them while we still have them. You have Jovetic, we have Aaron Ramsey. Is that okay?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Diolch.
See you tomorrow.